Hey guys, welcome to Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal. If there's one thing that's true about bow hunting, the highs are high and the lows are low. On this episode, episode number 5, we got actually 3 different hunts for you. 2 bummers, if you will, and 1 successful one. So let's go.
If you could draw a perfect storybook picture of your life that really mattered for an eternity, what would it be? That big buck standing broadside at 20 yards? Or a gobbler slowly working his way into bow range? What about the family? Or winning the lotto? Or an easy life? How about a God who loves you and cares enough to have every last hair on your head counted? I bet your mama don't even love you that much. How about a God who understands how desperate your situation is and how you cannot save yourself from your own sin? How about a God who left the royalty of heaven to limit himself in human flesh so that he could suffer and die in your place? How about a God who is patient, waiting for you to repent and join him in drawing the perfect storybook picture of your life?
So the kids came in from college, and my son was sleeping in, and my daughter and I were out. My daughter was in the cabin blind, and I was in the middle blind, and I watched this little small 4-point for a while, and then he went and bedded pretty close, so I got some good video of him while he was bedded. Meanwhile, back at the cabin blind, my daughter was sitting there patiently waiting for some deer to come, and she had a group of small deer show up, and so she was keen on getting back to college with at least having taken 1 deer, so she decided she was going to take this small doe. While she was reviewing the footage from that shot, she had some bigger does come in, and these doe have come around several times, and they were quite nervous. Every time they come around, they're quite nervous because I think they know we're around somewhere, and so they just turned around and walked out.
Can't remember if she went that way or this way.
Let's just look for blood. Well, we found the arrow. Doesn't look like there's much penetration. Pick it up and let's look at it. Yeah, it's not much penetration at all. It's only about 2 inches. That deer's probably still alive.
It looks like quite a bit.
Well, we'll see what happens. The penetration looks like it's only about 3 inches, but we're getting some good blood. Maybe she hit an artery. That's what we're hoping.
We unfortunately could not find that deer. It like turned in some bushes, and then we tried to trail it out of the bushes, but we only found like 1 dot.
Looks like it stopped bleeding, so maybe 250, 300 yards we trailed it. But don't think we'll find that deer. I think it might live to see another day.
So that afternoon, my daughter went out to the middle blind, and while she was in the middle blind, this big old boy shows up, and she was shaking like a leaf, and was trying to get set up for a shot. Meanwhile, over at the cabin blind. My son was sitting there and had a group of does come in. This was all happening pretty much simultaneously, so we will try to follow it as it happened. That buck just ran slightly out of camera view, and my daughter forgot to turn the camera around, and my son had this group of doe come in.
Alright, Joshua just shot a doe, so we're going to go see if we can find it. He said he thinks it's a pretty good shot, so let's go see if we can find it. Alright, we got some initial blood. Did you, so it ran this way? Alright, we finally found the arrow. And Keziah, it looks like we got good penetration, because you got blood clear up here. So you probably got about 12 to 13 inches of penetration. Something like that. And Keziah, you missed your deer?
Yes.
Frustrating, huh?
I was shaking like this the whole time.
Well, tell us the story. What happened?
Well, the deer showed up. I was gonna shoot it, and I missed it.
Frustrating.
I think what happened was that I misjudged, because when you're higher than when you're on the ground, you have to aim lower, and I didn't aim lower.
Oh boy. So they came in and you, what happened? They came in and you were trying to get the camera on them?
Yeah, well, I got the camera was already on him, but I was like shaking so bad, and I aimed right at him in the sweet spot and just went right above him.
Ugh. The ups and downs of deer hunting. Alright, let's go find Joshua's deer.
So we looked a little longer for my son's deer, but was finding very little blood, so we waited till morning.
It looks like we found Joshua's deer, stiff as a board, but it's the next morning, and nice shot, double lung. But we looked all last night. This morning we've been looking for about an hour and got really frustrated. This deer's only about, probably what, 50 yards? Maybe 50 yards from where he shot it. And we found sparse blood going down here. And because I had shot a deer and it ran the same trail, and we were confused by the blood down there and thought it went further. But we just happened to step on this deer and we found it, so we're happy about that. We're doing well so far. Joshua got a second deer ever with a bow. Are you happy, camper? Sure. Sure, he's happy. But we still got a lot more hunting ahead, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal. Give us a thumbs up, and also subscribe. You'll get future notifications of videos that we put out on the web. So thanks.